In this lesson we have a revision class. We will talk about future tenses. So we have to start by saying, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we ask Him to guide us to right path. Our class, our lesson is the future tenses. So we will revise the future simple and the future progressive and the future perfect. This lesson has been prepared by Mr. Turk Al-Fifi and it will be presented by Mr. Abdullah Al-Shahrani, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our deeds. So let's start with our goals for this class. So we have many goals for this class. The first one, the students be able to welcome to Amir Al-Ya'la. I hope you can hear me and you can see the slide. By typing number 1, it means that you are okay. Great, good job. So the first step is the students be able to remember the future tenses. So we are going to talk about the future tenses. And the students be able to do exercise on these tenses, and the students be able to ready for the final exam. And these are the main goals. The first, introduction, future tenses. Remind us of different kinds of future tenses. Do you know them? Do you know the future tenses? Could you try to remember or remind us by these future tenses? Can you think of? Okay, great. Good job. Future progressive. Wallahi, you are doing great. Good. What else? What do you think? Could you remind us? Future perfect. Wallahi, you are doing great, Amir Al-Ya'la. Good job. So we will talk about a future symbol. Future symbol, progressive and perfect. So we are going to talk about all these tenses. So the first one is a future will. The future will. So the first one, he will play tennis. He will play tennis. This is the future will. The second one is future going to. Future going to. And we form this example. He is going to play tennis. And a future progressive. Tomorrow at this time I will be playing tennis. So both of these parts are talking about the future. Future perfect symbol. He will have played tennis by the time you arrive. And the future perfect progressive. By 2020, people will not have been playing tennis. So we will try to talk about all these tenses. So feel free. Welcome to Noor Abdullah. I hope you can hear me and you can see the slide as well. So we start step by step. So we just remind you by future will, and future going to, and future progressive, and future perfect symbol, and future perfect progressive. So let's start with the first one. The uses of future will. When should I use the will? The first one, to make predictions about the future, usually with perhaps or after the verbs believe, think, hope, expect, be sure, and etc. And to talk about spontaneous decision, it comes immediately Thank you, Noor. Thank you, Noor. And for promises, and also for offers and requests, for threats and warning. So these are the uses of future well. Welcome to Rayyan Shihri. I hope you can hear me and you can see the slide as well. So we're just talking about the future well. The future well. To revise it for you, Rayyan. So to make predictions about the future, usually with perhaps after the verbs believe, think, hope, expect, be sure, etc. And to talk about spontaneous decisions, for promises, for offers, for threats and warning. Okay, now I need example from your side about using well. Just use well in the sentence. It's very simple. Can you think of? Just use well. Amir, I will travel to Abanik. Okay, great. Good job, Amir. Good try, Amir. But try to type it here if you ask for it. I will travel to Abha next week. Good job. Wallah, you are doing great. Excellent. I'm gonna provide another example to save. I will work. I will work at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So this is also about the future. Another example, the last one. Can you think of an example? Okay, just use well. But can you try it with negative? I mean, without, put it in a negative sentence. I'm waiting for Miriala. He's trying to type. I will not use. Okay, wallahi, you deserve this star. Thank you so much. Yes. I will not, or can I, let us, they will not use, they will not use their cars next week or next month. Say next month. They will not use their cars next month. Great, good job. So just we are talking about the future well, and here we have this slide. She will, and this is a contraction for the auxiliary well. This one, okay. Let me circle it. Sorry, let me try to just, this one is well. This one is well. She, this is a contraction. It's a short form. She will probably be here tomorrow. We have run out of milk. I will go and buy some. I will be on time. Don't worry. I'll be on time. Don't worry. It's a good habit. Now the future, be going to. Be going to. Be could be a verb to be, whether in the present form or the past form, like am, as, are. I am going to, he is going to, they are going to. So the future going to is used to talk about future plans. Future plans, something you are going to plan in the future, and to make predictions based on evidence. Predictions based on evidence. So we can use going to based on evidence. I need examples. I'm gonna give you this example, and please try to provide me. Like for example, wallahi, I was in King Abdullah Road this morning. So the traffic, let me try to say, the traffic is terrible. Let's say, sorry, the traffic is terrible, double R not. The traffic is terrible. I'm going to miss my class. Okay. I was planning to going to a university, but the traffic is terrible. I'm going to miss my class. So waiting for your example, Amir and Noor. Just provide me with using going to. It's an easy, just to start with a pronoun or a noun. So it's gonna be just use going to. It's free. It seems to be that's easy. If you have any comments, just try to ask. Okay, I'm going to cook up. Okay, great. Oh, bravo, Mr. Bravo, Amir. You are doing fine. You deserve this star. You deserve this star, Mr. Amir. You are most welcome. Okay, let's see our example. My brother is going to study biology. Is interested in biology, like my brother Abdul Muhsin. He is fond of this class, the biology class. Who doesn't? Look out! You are going to trip over that chair. Look out! You are going to trip over that chair. Now we are gonna move to the uses of future be going to. When should I use it? When you want to talk about actions that will be this is the future continuous. To talk about action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future, and we will provide you with examples. So now we are gonna talk about, here is a future progressive. This is a future progressive. So can you think of the form of the future progressive, Amir, or which is a future continuous tense? Okay, like for example, I will be cooking. This is the form. I will be, let's say, studying. I will be studying. This is a future progressive. So this is the form of the subject. The subject, then the auxiliary will, then the auxiliary be, then the main verb in present participle. It's in ing. So the subject plus auxiliary will plus auxiliary be plus the main verb study, but in a present participle, which means the verb add ing. So this is the structure of the future continuous tense. The future continuous tense, we often use it in English as a way to talk about something happening at a given point in the future, specific time in the future, a given time in the future. Okay, let's give me another example. Can you think of an example, Amir? I'm gonna give you the first one and try to help me with the next. example. So let's say they will, let's start with capital T, they will, then be, then the verb ing. They will play, this is the verb, main verb, but put it in a present participle. They will be playing football. Great, they will play football. Okay, waiting for your sentence. Just an easy one. Start with the subject, then auxiliary will, then auxiliary be, then the verb, which is in the present participle. You should add an ing to the verb. She will be watching TV. Wallahi, I'm so proud of you, Noor and Amir. Thank you. Great. Wallahi, you are doing great. You deserve more than this star. Thank you. She will be watching TV. You are most welcome, Amir Ali Ala. Great. Let's see our examples here. He will be flying to Egypt. So imagine that at 9 o'clock tomorrow. This is a specific point, as we mentioned. The future continuous tense, as we mentioned, is used as a way to talk about something happening at a given point in the future. So given time. This is a time or a specific time in the future. 9 o'clock tomorrow. Not today, not yesterday, but tomorrow. So there is a specific time, a specific point in the future. So this is the form. He, the subject he, the auxiliary will, the auxiliary be, then the verb fly, ing, fly, flying to Egypt. Another example, at 9 o'clock tomorrow, so it's a specific time in the future, he is going to flying to Egypt. Okay, great, good job. And here is the uses of another tense, which is a future perfect. A future perfect. When should I use the future perfect? Well, let us give you like an example to a form to work on it. I will have, like for example, I will have worked. Let us make it past participle or regular verb. I will have worked. This is the form. I will have worked. So the uses of future perfect to show the duration of an action up to a certain point of time in the future, the action may continue further. So now this is the first event in the future and the second event in the future. So the future, to sum up, the future perfect tense is an easy tense to understand and use. Talk about past in the future. Talk about past in the future. Talk about past in the future. So, and this is the form. Subject, auxiliary will, then auxiliary have, then the main verb, which is a past participle. The verb 3. Don't forget. Verb 3. Okay? Verb 3. So now we will give you two events here, and it's a past and the future, as we said. So the future perfect talks about a past, like a past, but in the future. A past in the future. Like for example, by the time my children are grown. By the time my children are grown, we are talking about future. Scientists will, this is a scientist subject, will, the auxiliary will, then the auxiliary have, and the past participle found of the base verb find. Found the solution to global warming. Okay, now I need you to give me an example using this form. give me an easy one. Like, for example, I saw Amir is try to write or type something, I don't know, maybe a question. We are waiting for you. Let us see. Okay, I will have finished by 110 a.m. You are doing great. Good job. Let's type it here. Why not? Let's type it here. He or she will have finished by 10 a.m. Wallahi, I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Amir. Good job. So start with the subject, then auxiliary will, then auxiliary have, then the past participle finished by 10 a.m. And also I can say, like, for example, when I make it negative, she will not have finished by 10 a.m. Great. Let's wait for this example now. So let me give you another example to make it clear for you. We will not have gone to school. We will not have gone to school. So this is a present. This is a this is a future perfect tense. Great. Awesome. Now we move to the future perfect progressive. The future perfect progressive. Okay, so by the year 2020, people will have been, let me use the arrow, sorry. People will have been flying for 170 years. So this is what? A future perfect progressive. A future perfect progressive. So two events, the first event in the future, and we are here now, and the second event in the future. So the first event, flying, began in the past and continues into the future up until the second event, the year 2020. So the future perfect continuous tense looks at the past, looks like the past from the future, the past from the future. But how do we form it? We will start with the subject, then auxiliary will, then auxiliary have, then auxiliary be, which is the past participle of be, being, then the main verb, but in the present simple. Again, subject plus will plus have plus the be, auxiliary be, which is in the past participle, then the main verb in the present participle. This is what? This is a future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous. And here we have an example. By the year 2020, people will have been flying for 117 years. So the future perfect continuous tense is like look like the future perfect tense, but it expresses like a longer actions or states up to some specific event or time in the future. So it's look like the present perfect, the future perfect, but it expresses longer action to some specific time in the future. For example, Ali, or let's say Amir or Noor, starts waiting at 9 a.m. I'm late and cannot arrive before 10 a.m. Again, Amir will have been waiting for an hour by the time I meet him. Again, Amir starts waiting at 9 a.m. I'm late and cannot arrive before 10 a.m. Amir will have been waiting for an hour by the time I meet him. So notice the longer or the long action can start at any time in the past or present or future, but it always ends in the future. It will be clear through examples. So like for example, I'm gonna write this one for you now. Like for example, he will be tired when he gets here. Sorry, full stop. He will have been traveling all day. So this is he will have, let's say start, he will have been traveling all day. So here it expresses longer actions to a specific event in the future. Another example, I don't know if you can, Amir Ali, give me another example. Can you try, or Noor? Can you try? Yeah, use just. Welcome to Khalid Al-Hajri. I hope you can hear me and you can see the slide as well. By typing number 1, it means yeah. Okay, great, Amir. I will have been swimming. This is a future tense. This is a future perfect progressive. Let's now move. Please, Khalid, try to type in English, please. No Arabic. Okay, now use the future perfect to combine the future events into one sentence using by or by the time. So we have two events. We have the first event, it will start to rain. The second event, we will arrive at the picnic. And the second example, I will fall asleep. This is the first event. And the second one, the DVD film will be over. So now try to combine these using the future perfect to combine the future events into one sentence. Let's give you time now to, yes, just use what you have just explained. Okay, thank you, Khalid. It will be play on you. So we are here to learn. So we have the first event, it will start to rain, and the second event we will arrive at the picnic. And the second sentence. The first event, I will fall asleep, and the second event, this DVD film will be over. And here we have the answers. By the time we arrive at the picnic, it will have started to rain. And the second one, I will have fallen asleep by the time this DVD film is over. And here we reach to the conclusion of our class, the future, and also future will and future be going to, and the future progressive and the future perfect simple and the future perfect progressive. And if you have any comments or any questions, feel free to ask. Any questions, Amir? Or it's okay, Amir, no worries, but this is represent his mentality. I wish you all a very terrific night. Thank you all. Thank you, Amir. Thank you, Noor. And inshallah, we will see you tomorrow at the same time. But inshallah, we will talk about... No worries, Amir. It's okay. It always happens. And it happens. No worries. He representing himself. So just to revise, just talk about future will, future be going to, future progressive, future perfect simple, and the future perfect progressive. And we did some exercises. Thank you all. And here is our references. And if you wanted to see the classes recorded, it will be via many things. Thank you all. See you, Amir Al-Yala. Thanks a lot, Amir. Thank you, Noor. And be well and have a great night. And inshallah, see you in a good condition. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you.